apprehending the remaining fugitives is our top priority. You see them on the monitor to your left, my right, and it shows 8 captured and 2 remaining. Louisiana. Additionally, multiple individuals who aided these fugitives after their escape have been arrested. I want to be clear. Anyone who chooses to help the remaining fugitives in any way will be arrested and prosecuted.
All right, what's up with the YouTube fam? I'm back again with another video right now. Listen, a lot of people been messaging me saying that Antoine Massey has been captured and different things like that, simply because it's a lady, I guess she's trolling on Facebook, acting like she was there when they witnessed him getting arrested. And I just want to say, man, it ain't true. She's just playing or trolling, whatever the case may be. No disrespect to her, nothing like that. I'm just keeping it real with my followers over here. But yeah, that ain't true. It's not real. And I got proof of that as well on this video. But in the midst of me looking for this information, I found the little short clip of Antoine Massey's mother pleading out for him, saying that she need him to turn himself in. Also, the grandfather spoke out. I'm pretty sure a couple of y'all seen that as well. I'm going to try to find that full video so we can watch that. But ultimately, you know, the reason why I'm bringing this video is simply because people got a misconception. And I hate that false narratives be spun like that. But it is what it is. It's the internet, and you just got to know what to believe and what to listen to and do your own due diligence sometimes. You feel me? But anyway, we're finna jump straight into this. And if you like me bringing these updates like this right here about this situation, just hit the like button, message me or something like that, or leave it in the comment section and I'll bring it. I know y'all like the updates regardless, but if y'all want me to do them, let me know, because I normally don't bring this many back-to-back videos about particular situations, but this like a damn movie right here, so we're gonna talk about it. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this whole situation. They did raid the house that he did that video in the other day. We already knew that he was gonna get raided at some point in time because of the background of the house. Y'all was saying he should have used a green screen and all the other type of shit, which I feel like he should, but I feel like he gonna turn himself in if, you know, things go the proper way to him, you know, because sometimes you can tell somebody some shit, but if they don't know it themselves, they're not gonna listen to you and turn themselves in or do whatever the hell they don't want to do if it don't make sense. But anyway, I appreciate y'all for being here. I hope that everything is okay with you and your family, and I wish y'all nothing but the best in every aspect of y'all's life. When I say that, I'm only talking to those who say it back to me in return, and to those who reciprocate the same energy back to me as well, but just not typing it out for whatever the reason may be. Also, if you want to get you some tickets to enter this sweepstakes, the tickets are available right now. The entries are available right now. Go to the bottom, click that link, get as many as you want to get. I will have another sale, probably like a 2-day sale this week too as well. So if you want to jump in on that sale, jump in. If you don't want to, that's on you. This is strictly for those who want to take an opportunity of winning. And like I said before, and I'm going to continue saying, it's only one vehicle. So you can't get mad at me if you don't win it, but somebody is going to win this vehicle, and it will change your life, you and your family's life. I own it right out, title in hand. You can do whatever the hell you want to do with it. Enough all of that. Let's go ahead and jump into this whole situation. And add on my social medias: Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, second and third YouTube channel. All that's going to be down there too as well if y'all want to add those. If you don't, I ain't doing no tripping. But let's go ahead and get into this and see what the hell is going on.
Meanwhile, the reward has also increased for the jail escapees in New Orleans. 10 inmates broke out of the Orleans Parish Jail 2 weeks ago, and 2 inmates are still on the run: Derek Groves and Antoine Massey.
Family members of Massey say they have no idea where he could be, and they're begging him to surrender.
Your little son is asking for his dad. He don't know where you may be, and I don't want to keep on wondering where you may be.
Antoine, I'm begging you, son. I'm broken. Please get in touch with Reverend Brown, your grandfather, your aunties, your sister, somebody, and turn yourself in. I need you. I cannot do this, son.
Breaks your heart. Crime Stopper says the reward for information leading to an arrest is now $50,000 per fugitive. As authorities across the state scour.
I know a lot of y'all probably seen that too, and if you haven't, this your first time seeing it, I just want to say, man, it really do touch a person to see their mother begging and pleading like that. And that's what his aunt was talking about in the video the other day. He said that, well, she said, I'm tripping. She said that I knew that your mother's voice and your grandfather's voice would soften you up. And I guess that's probably what led up to him doing that video and pleading his case and, you know, getting ready to turn himself in. They're saying turn yourself in to Pastor Brown. And I see a lot of y'all out there. I was kind of thinking it too at the same time, like, shit, you know, the pastor probably want to get their reward money. But ultimately, if you just use your logical thinking, they'll probably divide that up, use that for some legal fees and different things like that, probably. You never know how it'll go. But ultimately, you know, I feel like it's coming to an end. Now, this right here, I think this is the other mother of Linton Van Buren, I think that's how you pronounce his name. The mother spoke out since he's been in jail, saying what she has to say. And I also got some of the video footage of them talking about the raid that they did on that house. Let's get into this though.
Recorder for clues in the search for the last two missing inmates. Families of those already apprehended say they're finally getting the chance to speak with the escapees. But instead of getting a call from the Orleans Justice Center, they're now waiting on a call from Angola Prison. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm Katie Moore.
And I'm Sharice Gibson. So one of the 10 inmates involved in the jailbreak is Linton Van Buren. In an exclusive interview, his mother spoke with Eleanor Tabone.
Linton was shot at the age of 14.
Linton Van Buren has a lengthy rap sheet. In 2022, he was arrested in connection to a homicide. Court records showed charges for battery on a correctional officer and sneaking contraband into jail. Van Buren was set to have a mental competency hearing on May 29th related to the homicide charges, according to court records.
I just couldn't believe it. I was like, how can y'all break out the jail? I'm still shocked about it because I just don't believe it.
Natasha, Linton's mother, says her son never communicated with her once he got out of the Orleans Parish Justice Centre nearly 3 weeks ago. State police say they've arrested 7 people for allegedly helping him.
It's very overwhelming. I didn't think I'd ever be on the news for my son. You know, of course I don't condone him, breaking out of jail, but at the end of the day, he's still my child.
Natasha says Tuesday was the first time she heard her son's voice since the jailbreak.
Oh, he was jolly. He was happy. He was like, Ma, yeah, it's better than New Orleans jail. He was like, they feed us good. We get hot food over here. He was like, we all together. We all on the tip.
Now, sitting on her couch and Linton behind bars, his mother cried. Tears, she says, that stem from guilt.
Because I see a difference now. It took me some time to realize how important health environments for children. He's my child, regardless of what the situation is. I'm all he has, so I have to be there for him, no matter what the situation is.
Eleanor Tabone, WWL.
Jail escapee posts a video online, which a Fox 8 source says was filmed at a New Orleans home. As of tonight, Antoine Massey remains on the run. Good evening once again. I'm John Snell.
And I'm Meg Gatto. Police raided the 7th Ward home where Massey allegedly claimed his innocence on social media.
As Andres Fuentes reports, the video is receiving backlash from state police and the governor.
On the corner of Agriculture and Republic Streets, law enforcement officers raided a home where they believed Antoine Massey filmed a series of videos after he and 9 other inmates escaped from the New Orleans jail almost 3 weeks ago.
I didn't break out, I was let out. My name is Antoine Massey.
A source tells Fox 8 that tips about the home came from relatives who recognized the background after the videos went viral on Instagram.
Obviously, that did not prevail to be a lead that he was there.
Agents did not find Massey in the raid, but according to the Associated Press, they did find clothes that matched the ones that he wore in the video, where he spoke about how he believed he was innocent of rape, kidnapping, and other charges that he was locked up for.
I'm letting y'all know I'm not a raper, man. I'm not none of that.
Both Governor Jeff Landry and state police argue while his charges still had to play out in the legal system, Massey now has evidence against him for breaking out of jail.
There's no doubt he's certainly not innocent for escaping out of jail. Okay? And let's just start with that.
Everyone has the opportunity to go to court and to have their day, but you can't do it when you leave from being incarcerated and then now you're escaped.
As for Massey's videos, the Instagram account that originally posted them no longer has any posts on his profile. Meta has not confirmed if that user deleted the videos or if there's an ongoing investigation into the account.
If they were truly interested in helping us, they would have probably sided with the reward money instead of posting something on an online platform.
Now, Louisiana police told me that they will not go into specific details into the ongoing searches for Massey and the other escaped inmates still on the loose, Derek Groves. When we have more information about any of those investigations, we'll be updating you on air.
We also have an update on the social media video apparently posted by one of the escaped inmates from the New Orleans area. Police say they searched the home where they believe this video was shot 2 miles from the jail. They did not find this man, though, Antoine Massey. He is one of 2 prisoners still on the run after 10 escaped through a hole in the wall last month. The clip here is from New Orleans station WVUE. News Nation can't confirm this is Massey, But the video was originally...
Now, this was been so funny to me, bro. Every time I done seen something pertaining to this live that he did, they're saying it could be him. It might be him. Well, why the hell y'all going to these people's houses if y'all don't know who the hell cuz is? You know what I'm saying? Well, I guess the news are saying that, but not them saying that. And AI is one of the realest things out right now. So I guess they can be thinking it's AI. I don't know. But his family has verified that is him. We see him. We see cuz too. So I don't know. But it is what it is, man. But yeah, you had to know that they were going to go over there to their house. They're saying certain things, but I just think it was a digital footprint. They tracked the IP or something like that, or wherever that video was released, and went over there, and he was gone. You know, he probably had a burner phone, probably left that phone right there on that damn table, probably set it on a certain time to release. You know, you can do that too, and probably been gone. But it is what it is. I feel like he's gonna turn himself in real soon. But anyway, the other guy, he has been missing, ain't said a word, moving how he's supposed to move, staying out for social media, and all of this shit. Now, he's facing some major charges, but anything that they do got going on, this is going to amplify that by 10, especially with all this news coverage and things like that. Boy, it's going to be a circus show, real talk. But, you know, Massey seemed real believable in that video. Real shit, I ain't going to lie to you. Especially with him having certain paperwork and affidavits and things like that. I can't even talk right. Yeah, and things like that. It kind of, you know, made the situation really look favorable in his, you know, situation. But it is what it is. Let's get back into it.
Posted on his Instagram and has since been deleted. Here's part of it.
Asking for help, please, before they throw me away for something that I did not do. I'm showing y'all, the whole world, how corrupted the state of Louisiana is. I'm an innocent man. Yes, in my past, I made mistakes. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say mistakes. I was just young. You know what I'm saying? But the system has failed a lot of people, and not just me.
He's now asking for President Trump to get involved, and he's innocent. That's what he says. Massey's accused of domestic abuse, stealing a motor vehicle, and violating his parole. News Nation's Chris Cuomo spoke with his aunt, who says that they just want Massey to turn himself in so that he can be safe.
Just want Antoine to trust us as his family, to know that we love him and have his best interests at heart so we can get him home safe. That's all we're looking for, is a safe return.
So in addition to Massey, we've got this other inmate still out there. His name's Derek Groves. He is a convicted killer who shot a rifle into a crowd during a Mardi Gras celebration in 2018. He's getting far less attention, though, because of Massey's social media video. Joining us now is someone who has dealt with Massey in the past, Matthew Dennis, co-founder of Assured Supervision.
Matthew Dennis, this guy right here, has been talking about Massey from beginning to the end. I don't know what type of vendetta they got, what the hell he got against him. I guess he just wanted his ass to get in trouble, you know what I'm saying, because he been escaping and getting away so much, you know, and that's a part of his job. He gotta have that type of instinct, I guess, but it is what it is. But listen, it's finna be a press conference after this with them talking about the bond, the reward being boosted up to 50,000 and different things like that. I just wanted to bring that first part of the video. I'll probably bring some more updates as they come, but that's just what I wanted to show y'all right now, because people were blowing me up saying, hey man, you gotta do your video, bro, do your update, and they wasn't even right, bro. She was just trolling on the internet. But hey, let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything, and I will holler at y'all later on another video. Alright, as I'm about to upload this video, I did this video last night. Another video just came out literally while I was downloading this video to upload it. Now they're basically saying and verifying that he hasn't been found, and they're saying that they can find him from digital footprints, like I was basically saying last night. So everything is basically verifiable in this video. I'm gonna let y'all get into it.
The manhunt for two inmates continues tonight as Antoine Massey and Derek Groves continue to evade law enforcement. But now some clues could be online.
WDSU reporter Elizabeth Kubel live with how the escapees and their viral video post could be useful for investigators. Elizabeth?
Yes, Travers, and investigators believe that viral video was filmed at a home right here along this street. So I took it to a cybersecurity expert to try and figure out how law enforcement could be using it right now.
Everything leaves a footprint.
Dr. Vasil Rusev would know that. He specializes in digital forensics. It is why he is now weighing in on a viral video believed to be posted by escaped inmate Antoine Massey.
They would be trying to get hold of any accounts, email accounts, social media accounts.
That's what he believes law enforcement is likely doing now, asking for records from service providers, and he says reaching out to different platforms.
Say, hey, give me all the devices that were in this general area, and then let's look at the devices, 20 minutes later, and see which ones are still there. Probably a lot of people in their houses. This was in the middle of the night. And so say, oh, there's 10 devices that were no longer there, so maybe I can go chase down those 10 devices. And so that's a clue.
It comes after police raided the Agriculture Street home where they believed Massey recorded his video. I called the homeowner today, who told me his tenant was not there at the time, and as far as he knew, the tenant didn't know anything about it.
It's definitely a lead that they would chase down. Also, if this were a location that he used it as a safe house, that location is burned. There are only so many places you can hide, and so over time, those will diminish, I imagine.
And today I did also reach out to Louisiana State Police, just trying to get some more details about that raided home right here on Agriculture. And they told me that they can't address specific details of the investigation. Reporting live in the 7th Ward, I'm Elizabeth Kubel, WDSU News.
Massey in the past. Matthew Dennis, co-founder of Assured Supervision Accountability Program and president of the Association of Supervised Ankle Monitoring Providers. So you know this guy, Matthew. Thanks for being with us. What should people know about Antoine Massey now that he is out and on the run?
I mean, what should they know about Antoine? I mean, Antoine isn't the worst of the two that's still out there. I mean, Antoine's gaining a lot of attention. He certainly needs to be captured, but I would be more concerned at this moment with Groves. He's much more dangerous. He's a convicted murderer. He's facing the rest of his life in prison. So with Massey, my goal with Massey would be, say, Antoine, turn yourself in. You've made this much worse. This wasn't nearly as bad as what you've turned it into. So, I mean, Antoine needs to turn himself in, and people need to turn him in if they see him.
So this video is out there. He says he's innocent. What do you make of the video and some of the claims that he says?
Antoine was released to my program in late 2023 with a warning that he had recently cut off an ankle monitor, which is why he was put in our program. He was put in our program because we have arrest powers. We team up with the bail agents. And in this case, we had a very good bail agent, and they were on it with us. When he cut it off, it was 2 hours after we put it on him. He went to the Walmart on Bullard out in New Orleans East. We had him within 4 hours. He went to jail. We put him back in jail where he stayed because he was then considered a flight risk until he pled guilty on his case. And he was convicted. He was put on probation. Massey is not innocent. Massey is convicted of his charges, which included one charge of tampering with an electronic monitoring device. He was assigned to probation, which he skipped. They put a warrant out for him because he wouldn't come into probation hearings. They captured him. They put him in jail. That's why he's in jail. He's not in jail because he's facing a charge. He's in jail because he refused to follow the sentence order.
Matthew, how'd you catch him the first time, and how close was he to where he had escaped?
Yeah, it's a question that keeps getting asked. You know, when we catch people, we use a lot of resources. A lot of times it might be people. It's hard to tell you how we caught him without him understanding how we caught him, and I don't want him to know how we caught him. We caught him fast. Okay, he cut it off. We had him within 4 hours. We had him back in the jail. We caught him because we were paying attention. The minute he escaped, we put it out to the public. It didn't take 8 or 10 hours. It worked quickly. It went quickly, and he was captured quickly. So, I mean, we caught him because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to pay attention and be on top of these people the minute they escape, not hours and hours later.
ready to go?
Everyone's ready. We'll get started.
Everyone, thank you all so much for being with us today. We have a very important announcement, I believe, that may assist in the apprehension of the two last remaining at-large inmates. I do want to say a great thank you to the partnering agencies that have worked endlessly to make this arrest happen of the first 8. And we have with us today, of course, State Police, ATF, U.S. Marshals, FBI, LSP, of course, and Homeland Security, and NOPD. So as Crime Stoppers, we have been, an active participant in gathering information for many years in the New Orleans area, in the surrounding parishes, actually for about 45 years. And this is a job that we take very seriously, and we also understand the sensitivity when someone reports someone that they know personally with regards to a crime. And since the escape, Crime Stoppers has fielded close to 700 tips with regards to the information on the 10 inmates. We actually, at the peak of this, had to add 4 additional lines to accommodate the calls to the call center, the Crime Stoppers call center. And I want you to know that we vetted every single tip, prioritized them for the delivery to our lead agency, Louisiana State Police, and the other agency partners that stand with us. We know that we have been told tips assisted in 3 arrests of inmates. In the first tip that came in that led to an arrest, actually the team, the incredible work by this team, that arrest came within 30 minutes of the tip. I can tell you that 3 tipsters will be paid rewards. And again, it's by the work that's been confirmed from the information the community provides to, from law enforcement. I can't thank enough the LSP Fusion Center, the individuals who we work with, the call takers, who we passed every single tip by. I also can't thank enough my staff and our call center for keeping, staying the course. We know that tips from the public plays an incredible role, and we also appreciate that we have the trust coming to Crime Stoppers for those tips. But our work is not done. With 2 remaining inmates, our board, our organization, wanted to stand firm and encourage anyone who might have intimate knowledge of the whereabouts of Mr. Massey or Mr. Groves not to wait, but to contact us immediately. To kind of put a little meat behind that, we wanted to let you know that Crime Stoppers today has increased its reward for information that leads directly to the arrest of each of these individuals, up to $20,000. Now with Crime Stoppers, we are combining with the ATF, making the reward significantly higher. And you are eligible for the Crime Stoppers reward by contacting us directly. With Crime Stoppers, you're going to remain anonymous. It's our standard protocols. And we truly hope that with this increased amount, if you have personal knowledge of the whereabouts of these individuals that can help law enforcement make that arrest, to contact us. And again, we can't say it enough, with Crime Stoppers, you will remain anonymous. Now I'd like to have the ATF speak up.
All right, thank you. Hey, good morning. My name is Joshua Jackson. I am the special agent in charge for the ATF New Orleans Field Division. As New Orleans has heard me said, and other communities in Louisiana, ATF's priority mission is to prevent, reduce, and solve violent crime. In this particular response, this is preventing additional violent crime from happening to our citizens in our community. The 10 escapees definitely had violent criminal histories, and they definitely were it had a lot of impact on public safety within the communities that we serve. I want to pull the curtain back a little bit and kind of give some acknowledgments and some thank yous to our partners. First, LSP, leading this investigation. Colonel Hodges has been instrumental in coordinating efforts and keeping all of the federal partners and local partners engaged and aware and appraised of what's going on. This investigation has stretched beyond the borders of Louisiana. Also want to give a lot of acknowledgement to our federal partners, and that's FBI, United States Marshal Service, and HSI. HSI, NOPD, and ATF, we have a task force that works in the city. You guys might recall when we did a press conference speaking about the crime drop the violent crime decreases within the city of New Orleans. And we talked about this task force. This task force is led by New Orleans Police Department Special Operations Division Tactical Team 2, ATF, and Homeland Security Investigations. This team has been instrumental in this response. This task force is the one that comes out, and they do investigate violent crime in all capacities, to include this fugitive apprehension. They've been instrumental in conducting search warrants, interviews that have directly led to the arrest and capture of some of these escapees. The last acknowledgement and thank you I want to give to the public and the community at large. You guys have been instrumental in providing tips and working with us to help keep you safe. We're not at the finish line. We still have 2 more to go that we need to capture and bring back and put back in custody, as they do pose a risk to public safety to all of us in the community. I also want to reiterate to firearm owners, we want to make sure that this is already a dangerous situation. We want to make sure that firearms are secured in your vehicles. We don't want any handguns, rifles that are unsecured coming into the hands of these two individuals who are still outstanding. Also be vigilant in your home. Make sure your firearms are secured throughout the area until we get these 2 individuals back into custody. So thank you to New Orleans and the greater Louisiana area for your assistance and your help with this investigation. I'm going to turn it over to Chief of the United States Marshals.
Good morning. I'm Walter Martin. I'm the Chief Deputy with the U.S. Marshals here in New Orleans. I want to start by thanking several groups. I first want to thank Darlene and Crime Stoppers, GNO, for not only increasing the reward, but for also her partnership and everything that they've done behind the scenes to assist not only the U.S. Marshals, but my law enforcement partners that are standing here. And their support with the community has been phenomenal. I would also like to thank the men and women you see standing here with me today, but more importantly, the men and women that are behind the scenes working hard every day. Ever since the escape occurred, they have been tirelessly working, dedicating their time and giving up, sacrificing their personal and professional time to work on finding these escapees. I also want to thank the public for their support, not only of law enforcement, but for providing the tips and the information that is needed to find the escapees. More importantly, I would like to echo what Colonel Hodges has been telling you guys from the start, as well as what our leaders have been saying, that we need the community support. Continue to provide the tips, send them to Crime Stoppers, send them to the ATF, to the FBI, to the Marshal Service. We are vetting those tips, and we're using that information to catch the individuals. As you have seen thus far, we've captured 8 of them, and we plan on catching the remaining 2. If you know something, say something. Please contact Crime Stoppers, ATF, the Marshal Service, FBI, and thank you for your support. Now I'd like to introduce FBI Special Agent in Charge, Jonathan Tapp. Thank you.
Good morning, folks. Thank you, Chief. I'm Jonathan Tapp, Special Agent in Charge of the FBI here in New Orleans. Today marks day 13 in our search for escapees Antoine Massey and Derek Groves, and we want you to know that we will find them. The FBI remains committed to supporting our law enforcement partners to recapture these dangerous inmates. The FBI has utilized every resource at our disposal to locate and apprehend the remaining 2 fugitives. Agents and analysts have been working every day to ensure that credible leads are pursued with urgency. And that's not just here in New Orleans, but across the country. What we need from you, the public, is to continue to give us leads. If you think you've seen either of these men or have any information, call 911, call Crime Stoppers, call 1-800-CALL-FBI. You can submit a tip at fbi.gov/New Orleans fugitives, but please report any information. We're also announcing that we, the FBI, are increasing our potential reward per inmate, Massey and Groves, from $10,000 to $20,000 with our partners. We want you to know the FBI handles every lead with discretion, and we do our utmost to preserve anonymity. But sometimes this is difficult. We understand with our law enforcement partners that some of you might be reporting a friend, a loved one, a relative, and albeit not easy, it is critical to your safety and the safety of the public that you report that. Thank you very much. I'll turn it over to Colonel Hodges.
Thank you, SAC Tap. Good morning, everyone. 2 weeks in, and our mission remains unchanged. In locating and apprehending the remaining fugitives is our top priority. You see them on the monitor to your left, my right, and it shows 8 captured and 2 remaining. Over the past 2 weeks, strong collaboration with our Crime Stoppers, Darlene and her team, local, state, and our federal partners that you see to my left and right and behind me, have been with them, we've taken 8 of the 10 safely back into custody and transported them to a secure state facility in Louisiana. Additionally, multiple individuals who aided these fugitives after their escape have been arrested. I want to be clear. Anyone who chooses to help the remaining fugitives in any way will be arrested and prosecuted. The decision is simple. Assist law enforcement and potentially earn a reward, or try to assist these fugitives and go to jail with a potentially high bond. As SAC TAP said, we know their family members, their friends, but they are a public safety risk for you, everyone around you, and the entire state of Louisiana. You must do the right thing. With Crime Stoppers increasing the reward amount, now is the time to make the right choice. Turn in valuable information and help us bring them in safely and receive a reward. All contact information is available on our websites, our social media platforms, and can be shared again following this conference. This remains an evolving investigation. Things change. I want to thank our Texas DPS troopers who helped us Monday. I also want to thank our Baton Rouge City Police here in Louisiana who helped us also capture a fugitive on Monday as well. We'll continue to share updates with the public as more information becomes available. Please follow our social media pages and for the latest developments on what we have. Once again, this is a team effort. It takes all of us. That's why you have the New Orleans Police Department, you have the FBI, Homeland Security Investigations, ATF, the U.S. Marshals, and even those who are not with us up here right now, our state probation and parole, our sheriffs in the neighboring parishes, and many other agencies, Harbor Police, our Orleans and Jefferson Levee District. All of those agencies are instrumental in working this operation around the clock. So please know that the public, once again, that we are working for you. It's for all of Louisiana. And as mentioned, sometimes these dangerous fugitives travel outside our borders. So we need everyone's help. If you're listening and you're in another state and you have a tip or another parish or another city, please contact us. This concludes our conference, and we'll take any questions.
When this manhunt started, we heard a lot about law enforcement, about being pretty confident that inmates were still in the metro area. We now know, 2 arrests in Texas, 1 in Baton Rouge. So, do you guys have any idea geographically about where Derek Groves and Antoine Massey are today?
So once again, we have some strong leads, but these remaining 2 fugitives, they have help, and therefore they move. And sometimes they move outside New Orleans, outside Louisiana, because they have help. And at this time, we're confident that we're closing in on the remaining 2 escapees, and that we should have them in custody soon. But law enforcement is patient, but more importantly, we're resilient. And although they're going to get tired and frustrated as they try to move around Louisiana or move around the metropolitan area, they know the walls are closing in, and very soon we'll have them in custody.
So you do think they're in the Louisiana metro area?
We're confident that we have strong investigative leads as to their whereabouts. But we still need the public's help, because as soon as we get one lead, then they relocate to another place, whether that's a home or business or a public area, and the information is only as good as the public continuing to call Crime Stoppers, ATF, FBI, the State Police Fusion Center, the Marshal Service, HSI, NOPD, all the agencies here you think it may be something incredibly small, or you may be not certain, just make the call. Let us vet it. Let our team of professionals investigate it, and then it can ultimately confirm what we already know, or maybe new information that provides a different location if, in fact, they left from where we think they are right now.
Hi, Katie Royce with CBS News. It's something that's come up from our viewers around the country is concerns about, you mentioned loved ones, relatives calling in, making a tough call to provide tips. But some people are concerned, are family members conspiring with these fugitives to receive money, and everyone benefits from the escape? And the second question is, you mentioned 3 tipsters so far have been paid rewards. How much has each person received?
So I don't have those exact amounts because there's different agencies involved, but I think I'll let Ms. Costanza speak on the Crime Stoppers portion.
Okay. So for the Crime Stoppers portion, the available funds was $10,000, plus the ATF fund was included with that. And that's strictly on 3 different cases. And as far as rewards has been paid, we've only paid 1 reward to date. The others will be paid shortly.
And as far as the
Yes.
alleged, conspiracies, concerns about family members benefiting financially from this escape?
Well, I think the bigger concern, and I'm not trying to answer your question, is public safety. If you're concerned about your loved one, I can't imagine what it feels like to have to call the police and say, my son is here, my brother is here, my cousin is here, but they are a risk and have proven that they're a risk because they were already incarcerated for charges, violent charges, and now they're escaped. And they have an opportunity to come to court and to, again, or some of them just need to be relocated, and the sentences have already been done with the remaining 2. But with that being said, I think the public safety is the bigger concern, because once you leave outside of your home, you're around everyone else. And I think it would be unthinkable if these 2 individuals hurt someone else and you knew about it, you would feel really bad. So with regard to the money aspect of it, I just think it's the right thing to do. And if you receive a reward, that's outstanding. That's why we appreciate the partnership with Crime Stoppers. But it must lead to an arrest, and we just encourage people to continue calling. Yes, sir.
At the peak of this, 700 tips were coming in. Were tips starting to dwindle? Is that part of the reason why the increase in the reward for information leading to an arrest?
I would say that any time that more days pass by, the fugitives can have other opportunities because there's more people that can help them. And with regard to obviously the conference was to let them know that there's an increased amount, because we know the importance of bringing these last 2 back into custody and the public safety risk. I don't think that the tips have decreased. We hope with these new reward amounts that they increase even more than what we've had. However, they move and they change. So the information that you call and provide is only good for a short amount of time. And therefore, we need additional leads and additional calls and tips to help the public. So I believe that we will get more tips, and that's, I believe, part of the plan. We appreciate our business community and those who are part of our Crime Stoppers board, Norman, who's here representing with Darlene as well, and our community that comes together as a whole, realizing it's everyone's safety's at risk here, and not just one particular city.
And if I may, a quick follow-up. I know in the case of Mr. Van Buren, who was captured in Baton Rouge PD said that he appeared to change his appearance, his hairstyle. Are you all concerned that any of the remaining fugitives have changed their appearance?
Well, I mean, certainly, again, as more time passes, things change. People could change their appearance. We believe that we have good information, whether they change their appearance or not, but that's common amongst most fugitives. Obviously, they're going to change clothes. They may change facial hair, may change their hair on their head and things like that to put a ball cap on, different clothes and things like that. But we understand Baton Rouge was, and I just want to thank them again, Chief T.J. Morse and his officers for helping us, as well as Texas DPS and Colonel Freeman Martin, who provided 2 in Texas and 1 here. And yes, they sometimes change appearances. Y'all saw in the photographs. And I think they could change appearance again. So I think the public, if you just look at the photographs to your left up on that board and look very closely, probably not changing their eyes and their nose and their smile, so I would just focus on those things, and we're confident that family members and friends have seen them, know where they are, and could really reach out to us based on that and not be easily, how you want to say, distracted by a change in hair on the head or face. Okay?
The Orleans Justice Center, it's only a decade old. Obviously, there were some serious structural failings with the escape itself. There have also been a number of problems since the escape actually happened. I know the Sheriff's Office isn't here today, but can anybody else speak to why a decade-old state-of-the-art facility is in such shambles?
So our focus today on this conference is obviously to make the public aware that the reward has increased, and the reward is directly related to the apprehension of the remaining 2 fugitives and escapees to bring them back in custody. We're not going to comment on the jail or any conditions prior to. We're just looking forward. We have 8 captured. We have 2 more remaining, and that's what we need the public's help with. There'll be a time later that you'll be able to ask those questions, but this conference is specifically geared to those 2 fugitives who remain at large.
Mr. Arlene, can you just reiterate and walk us through, for people that want to bring in tips and see the image, what's the next step, and have tips help with those that were aiding and abetting, like finding out who was actually part of the fugitives escaping?
So I'll say that we've gotten tips on all different things. So we've gotten tips on certainly on the fugitives, where they may be, who they may be with. Certainly certain tips have helped and assisted law enforcement to make the apprehensions of 3 of the individuals. As far as the other individuals who are aiding and abetting, yes, we've gotten information from those folks. What we're telling you is that you need to go ahead and make sure that you contact us. You receive a tip number when you call Crime Stoppers. You're able to update your information, and believe me, many of these tipsters are. Send us the update. Send us what you're seeing on social media. All of that is, again, combined and vetted by law enforcement as they build, as they work the puzzle of this. But at the end of this, we will hope that one person, at least one tipster's information, will lead to that arrest. And with regards to the volume of tips, when we first started out, remember, we had 10 folks that we were looking for, then down to 8. Certainly that volume was affected by the number of individuals who were out there. We look at every individual as a case. So we're now down to 2. And I 100% agree with the Colonel that we're going to see an increase with this huge reward of people sending information. We want you to be part of the team. That's why we're standing here asking you to be part of the team and part of the solution. Thank you.
So can you say which 3 have been apprehended? Like thanks to tips?
Yeah, we're not going to discuss that. Just know 8 are in custody at a secure facility here in the state, and then we have 2 remaining. But we just want to focus on those 2. If your question pertains to the rewards, will be allocated accordingly once they go through the protocols. Crime Stoppers has been in business for almost 50 years. They're very successful for a reason, because they pay on the rewards, which match an arrest, and they do it anonymously. So I think the public can feel confident that if the information that you provide does in fact lead to an arrest and a conviction, it will be in good position to provide our partners here, FBI, ATF, and Crime Stoppers, will provide those rewards. Make no mistake, they've been around a long time because they're resourceful, they're helpful, they're part of the community, and ultimately they pay those rewards.
What is the total reward amount now with both of these increases?
It's $50,000 per remaining fugitive with our partners here, a combination of Crime Stoppers, ATF, and the FBI.
Anyone over here? Fox?
You go first.
My question is, there's more than a dozen we know that have helped these inmates escape or after their escape. So have the people that you guys have talked to, has that started helping in this search for the last 2?
Well, I think it sends a message that if you assist or you help those who remain fugitives, that you will be charged and prosecuted. And I go back on what I said earlier, make the right decision, contact law enforcement or Crime Stoppers and our partners up here, and give us the information that we need to bring them to justice. The longer, if you help and you assist, you're just putting all of public safety at risk by doing that. And that we ask again the public to please contact us with the information.
All right, I have a question. As far as timing goes, we're heading into week 2 of this investigation. Does time help the remaining inmates, or does it help the law enforcement in terms of, it seems it make it more difficult for the law enforcement, or does it make it more difficult for the remaining inmates?
I think it makes it more difficult for the escapees because they're tired, they're looking over their shoulder, they're running out of resources, and with the increase in the reward amount today, we're going to get more tips, which means we're going to close in faster, and therefore, I think advantage goes to law enforcement, and we need the public's help to ensure that we keep that advantage. Thank you.
And is there any concern about them, I guess, trying to leave the country? I think that's
No, I don't think they have those resources, but certainly we have our federal partners here, and that's why it's beyond the city of New Orleans and the borders of Louisiana, and it's a collaborative effort amongst federal, state, and local law enforcement.
Do you at all believe that Massey and Groves could be together at this point? Do you believe they might be separate?
Well, we don't rule anything out, but we're not going to talk about ongoing, tactics and techniques and things and information that we have. It's just best that the public, if someone knows that they're traveling together, please call us. We would like to have that information.
All right, that concludes everything. Thank you all.